On the night of April 14, 1912, the RMS Titanic was speeding through the icy waters of the North Atlantic. The ship, hailed as the epitome of luxury and engineering, was on its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City. However, as the ship raced forward in near total darkness, disaster loomed just ahead. An iceberg, unseen by the lookouts, was about to seal the fate of the Titanic and its passengers. One of the key questions that has intrigued historians and conspiracy theorists alike is, could locked binoculars have played a role in the ship's tragic sinking? It sounds like a detail too small to matter, but the story behind the binoculars is actually one of oversight and unfortunate coincidence. The Titanic's lookouts, Frederick Fleet and Reginald Lee, were stationed high in the crow's nest, scanning the horizon for obstacles. Their job was vital. Without radar, advanced technology, or a clear view from the bridge, they relied solely on their sharp eyes to spot potential dangers. The problem? The binoculars they were supposed to use were locked away and inaccessible to them. In a twist of fate, the Titanic's binoculars were locked in a storage cupboard, and the key was held by David Blair, a senior officer who had been reassigned to another ship just before the Titanic set sail. Blair, who had been given the responsibility of the key, left it behind in his cabin, effectively denying the lookouts access to the crucial tools. They were left to rely solely on their unaided vision to spot the iceberg. At the time, the Titanic was traveling at a speed of around 22 knots, a pace that would prove fatal when the iceberg loomed in sight. Had the lookouts been able to use binoculars, it's possible they would have spotted the iceberg in time to warn the bridge and avoid the collision. While many factors contributed to the tragedy, poor visibility, the ship's speed, and the lack of adequate lifeboats, the absence of binoculars certainly added to the chain of misfortunes that night. In the aftermath of the disaster, the idea that something as simple as locked binoculars could have made a difference in the Titanic's fate became an enduring symbol of the ship's tragic fate. But the story of the binoculars also highlights a larger issue: the Titanic's overconfidence in its unsinkability, leading to lapses in safety that contributed to the scale of the disaster. The locked binoculars didn't single-handedly sink the Titanic, but they did play a small yet poignant role in a tragedy that could have been avoided. And as we continue to study the events of that fateful night, it serves as a reminder that sometimes the smallest of oversights can have catastrophic consequences. What do you think? Could the locked binoculars have made a difference in the Titanic's fate? Or was it just one of many factors that led to the tragedy? We'd love to hear your thoughts and any theories you might have about the events leading up to that fateful night. Share your comments below. If you're fascinated by history's unsolved mysteries and want to dive deeper into stories like this one, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for more captivating tales and discoveries. Trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next.